Hi, my name is Tatiana Lee. I am a criminal justice major at Westchester University. This is video reflection number 3 covering May 30th and June the 1st. So this week we have kind of finalized our projects in all. So up until this point, we have chosen our groups. We've practiced some interview techniques. We've gone on some research over some research skills. This week on Tuesday, we wrote out a research proposal and presented those proposals to Mr. Moore for him to either green light, yellow light, or red light the projects. My group decided to host a bunch of interviews about safety in neighborhoods because we have 3 different students from 3 different neighborhoods. One student is from North Philadelphia, one student is from South Philadelphia, one student is from West Philadelphia. So after we conduct each of these interviews, we're going to compile a bunch of statistics about crimes in those neighborhoods. And this is really just going to raise awareness about the level of crime in each of these 3 neighborhoods. It'll help us do some comparing and contrasting because we have students coming from 3 very different neighborhoods, and we're going to see if there is any cross-sectionality with how their experiences are the same or even different. So, my group and I actually discovered something really interesting this week. During the research process, one of the students had found a link to the Philadelphia Inquirer where it lists crime statistics throughout the city. So, not just the 3 neighborhoods mentioned above when I said North Philadelphia, South Philadelphia, and West Philadelphia. It lists statistics from all over the city of Philadelphia. And what was interesting was that some of the neighborhoods that we thought would be safer actually had more crime. In some of the neighborhoods that we thought would be, bad, have more violent crimes and things of that nature, were actually not as bad as we had thought. So this was really important because it showed us that sometimes these statistics can be wrong. And we actually discovered that the data that was compiled for that article in the Philadelphia Inquirer was collected from police departments, but there are a number of people that don't report, petty crimes that happen to them in their neighborhoods. So we kind of learned that you can sometimes not take these articles at face value. You have to see, their point of view or what the point that the article is trying to get across, because whoever conducted those interviews did not go out into the neighborhood and ask the people of the neighborhood about crime. And this was really valuable because the students, being from different neighborhoods in the city of Philadelphia, were able to give us a lot of insight. For instance, when we were looking at the statistics about West Philadelphia, the student that was from West Philadelphia had a lot of impactful and thoughtful and reflective things to say about the neighborhood. So this week actually allowed me to do a lot of self-reflection. So as a criminal justice major, I am used to learning about reports that come from police departments or the UCR, which is the Uniform Crime Report. And what that is each year the FBI compiles a list of crimes. And what they do is they go around city to city and they take all the crimes that were reported and they compile it into this this one big report. But there are a lot of issues with the UCR because the UCR has a hierarchy rule. So, for example, let's say that a murder and a robbery happened on the same day by the same suspect, or the same suspect committed the robbery and the murder. The hierarchy rule would say because he can be charged with more time for the murder is only going to go in the crime report, right? So does that mean that the robbery is somehow less important? No, it doesn't. It's just that the hierarchy rule says that the murder is the bigger offense, so the murder is what gets reported. So I think in the future, I plan on going to get my master's degree, and eventually I am going to have to conduct my own research. So I think it is valuable to have those police reports. I think it's also important to go to the neighborhood and ask the people that live in the neighborhood about crimes going on in their neighborhoods, because they'll know the information better. They'll have the most recent information, because everyone doesn't always report crimes that happen to them to the police. So this will definitely make me a better researcher in the future, because we were able to see a flaw in a report that was published by the Philadelphia Inquirer.